Your body is a crime scene. Look at your reflection and see the evidence of your own betrayal. Your skin is a pale, translucent shroud stretched over atrophied, withered muscle fibers that have forgotten the purpose of their own existence. You are a biological disaster, a high-performance machine fueled by garbage and lubricated with apathy. Every soft curve of your frame is a physical log of every time you surrendered to the itch of comfort. Your cells are drowning in a sea of glucose and sedentary, inactive sludge. You breathe shallow, pathetic breaths, filling only the top third of your lungs, because you have forgotten how to fight for air. Your nervous system is a frayed mess of short-circuited pathways, burned out by the cheap dopamine spikes of scrolling through meaningless digital filth. You are not a man. You are a decaying battery, leaking energy into a system that views you as nothing more than a consumer unit to be discarded once drained. The very air in your room is heavy with the smell of stagnation, the scent of unwashed bedding, stale sweat, and the electric ozone of a life spent in a digital coma. You are a ghost inhabiting a rotting temple, and the walls are closing in. Discipline is the only surgery that can save you from the cancer of being okay. Strip away the layers of your modern weakness and look back at the primal hierarchy, the law of the forest. Your ancestor was not a person with feelings. He was a weapon forged by the ice. He existed in a world of absolute binary outcomes. You either dominated the terrain or you became part of it. The Pleistocene, the age of glaciers and predators, did not negotiate. If his muscles were cold, he moved until they burned. If he was hungry, he sharpened a stone and hunted something that could crush his skull with a single blow. He didn't have a morning routine or a motivational playlist. He had the visceral, gut-level reality of extinction. His biology was tuned to the frequency of survival. His sovereignty, his right to breathe, was earned every single hour through the application of brutal physical discipline. He was the apex, the monolith, the architect of his own lineage. And then there is you. You are the diluted, filtered, and castrated version of that power. You have traded the spear for a stylus, the hunt for a delivery app, and the fire for a radiator. You have become a domestic animal, a pug version of a wolf, gasping for air in a world that is too soft to kill you, but too cold to love you. To achieve biological superiority, you must reinfect yourself with the virus of the wild. You must treat your comfort as an enemy combatant. You must see your bed as a coffin and your couch as a throne of rot. You must return to the dirt, the cold, and the heavy iron to remind your DNA what it was built for. The hunt never ended. You just became the prey. Biological superiority is not about health. It is about dominance over your own internal systems. Your mind is currently a hijacked terminal. It is full of malware, scripts written by society, by your parents, by the algorithms designed to keep you compliant, obedient. Every time you feel tired or unmotivated, that is not your body talking. It is a glitch in the code. An operator, the one who controls the mechanism, does not listen to the complaints of the hardware. If the machine must run until the gears melt, it runs. You must develop a clinical, cold detachment from your own physical sensations. When your lungs burn, that is just data. When your muscles scream, that is just feedback. Neither is a reason to stop. Discipline is the process of rewriting your operating system to ignore the fail-safe triggers of the weak. The social matrix wants you to listen to your body because your body is programmed to seek the path of least resistance. It wants you to eat the sugar, stay in the heat, and avoid the strain. It wants you to stay in the middle of the herd, where it's safe and warm and smells like everyone else. I'm commanding you to step into the killing zone. You must cultivate a persona of the technician, a part of your consciousness that views your body as a biological asset to be optimized, not a child to be coddled. If the asset is underperforming, you increase the load. If the asset is slow, you cut the fuel. There is no empathy for the meat. There is only the mission. Iron does not feel, it only strikes. Your time is a non-renewable chemical fuel, and you are burning it to heat a room full of nothing. Every minute you spend in the gray zone, that space where you aren't working but you aren't resting, is a minute stolen from your future self. Look at the objects around you, the unwashed cup, the tangled wires, the piles of useless things. These are not just objects, they are anchors. They represent your inability to control your immediate environment. If you cannot dominate a desk, how can you dominate a market, a field, or an empire? I command you, initiate a total system purge. Your diet is now a tactical refueling protocol, eating for purpose, not pleasure. Your sleep is now a scheduled recovery recovery phase, maintenance of the machine. Every person in your social circle who encourages your chill or your balance is a biological saboteur. They are crabs in a bucket, reaching up to pull you back down into the lukewarm water of the average. To be superior is to be other. It is to be a freak of will in a world of whim. You must develop a taste for the things that others find repulsive. The early cold, the heavy lift, the long silence, the crushing weight of responsibility. This is the collar of freedom. The tighter you pull the chain of discipline around your own neck, the further you can walk into the unknown without getting lost. You are building a fortress of habit that no external force can breach. When you are the master of your own pulse, you are the master of the world. Your current existence is a slow-motion chemical leak. Every time you allow your focus to drift toward a notification, you are literally hemorrhaging, bleeding out your cognitive sovereignty, your right to think for yourself. You are a biological unit that has been compromised by external subversion. Your brain, once a masterpiece of predatory engineering, has been reduced to a flickering candle in a hurricane of digital waste. You are living in a state of chronic, long-term inflammation, both of the body and the mind. Your gut is a swamp of processed toxins, and your thoughts are the bubbles of gas rising from that rot. You think you are choosing your life, but you are merely reacting to stimuli like a lab rat in a maze that has no exit. The very air you breathe in your workspace is stagnant, filled with the dust of your own inaction. You are a biological machine that is idling in a garage, rusting away while the engine chokes on its own exhaust. You are not living, you are merely delaying the inevitable declaration of your obsolescence, your state of being useless. The only cure for a corrupted system is a total hardware reset. Look back at the primal hierarchy, the law of the bone. In the Pleistocene, a male who could not control his impulses did not survive to see the sun rise. If he ate all the food today, he starved tomorrow. If he slept too long, he was eaten in his bed of leaves. Discipline was not a virtue, it was a biological survival mechanism. His body was a map of scars and hardened tissue, each one a testament to his refusal to yield to the environment. He was a monolith of concentrated will. When he moved, the earth felt the weight of a creature that had mastered its own internal storms. And you're a creature of whims. You feel like doing something, or you don't feel like it. This language of feeling is the language of the prey. A wolf does not feel like hunting. It hunts because it is a wolf. A storm does not feel like blowing. It blows because it is a storm. To achieve biological superiority, you must kill the user and become the operator. You must treat your body as a high-performance vehicle that you are currently driving into a wall. You must relearn the art of the primal grounding, the ability to stand in the cold, the heat, and the hunger without complaining to a god that isn't listening. Your ancestor would not recognize you as his kin. He would see you as a strange, soft fungus growing on the ruins of his legacy. Burn the fungus, reclaim the bone. Biological superiority requires the implementation of the anti-chew protocol. You must stop consuming information that is pre-masticated, already chewed, for your lazy brain. You must stop seeking the easy way or the hack. There is no hack for the fact that you are weak. There is only the heavy weight and the long road. Your mind is currently a soft tissue that needs to be calloused, hardened. You must seek out cognitive, mental friction. Read the books that hurt your head. Study the systems that make you feel stupid. Spend hours in a room with no sound, no screen, and no escape until your own thoughts become so loud they terrify you. This is the visual rage of the intellect, seeing the rot of your own ignorance and refusing to live in it for another second. Most people are meat puppets, controlled by the strings of their own dopamine receptors. They are addicted to the hit, the like, the sugar, the cheap laugh. You must become a dopamine ghost. You must find your pleasure in the struggle itself, in the burning of the lungs and the stretching of the hours. When you can sit in a room for 4 hours and work on a single complex task without looking away, you have achieved a level of biological superiority that 99% of the population will never understand. You have moved from the NPC, non-player character class, to the architect class. The mind is a muscle. If it doesn't hurt, it isn't growing. Your environment is a reflection of your internal decay. A man with a messy desk has a messy soul. A man with a soft body has a soft will. There are no exceptions. I command you, initiate the temporal noose, the time tightener. You are now on a wartime clock. Every second must be accounted for in the log of your expansion. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a tactical maintenance period for the restoration of your hormonal chemical balance. Food is not a social event. It is the intake of specific macronutrients required for the reconstruction of your cellular walls. You must treat your life with the cold, expert precision of a surgeon performing a life-saving operation on himself. If a part of your life is gangrenous, rotting, you must cut it off. This includes your comfort friends, your relaxing hobbies, and your small vices. They are all leeches. They are all draining the battery. To be the monolith, you must be heavy, immovable, and singular. You do not bend for the wind breaks against you. This is the path of the elite, the path where the biological machine is pushed to its absolute limit to see what it can become before it finally breaks. The price of superiority is the death of your normal life. Your current cellular state is a slow-motion surrender. Look at your skin in the mirror. It is the texture of wet paper, pale and devoid of the vitality that comes from true physical struggle. You are a biological system experiencing accelerated entropy, the natural decline into chaos. Your lymphatic system is a stagnant pool of toxins because you refuse to move with intensity. Your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, are shutting down because you have provided them with no reason to generate energy. You are a dying star, collapsing under the weight of your own excuses. The air in your lungs is stale, never fully exchanged, leaving your blood acidic and your brain foggy. You are a biological liability. You are the product of a culture that rewards the weak and sedates the strong. Every time you choose the easier path, you are adding another brick to the wall of your own tomb. You are not a master of your domain. You are a tenant in a body that is being evicted by time and neglect. You are a fading signal in a world of static. Return your gaze to the primal hierarchy, the law of the tooth and claw. Your ancestor, the sovereign of the wilderness, did not have a comfort zone. His entire existence was a killing zone. If his grip on the spear loosened, his blood fed the earth. His discipline was etched into his very bone density and his hormonal chemical output. He was a creature of high testosterone and low cortisol, a hunter, not a hider. His nervous system was tuned to the snap of a twig, not the ping of a notification. He was a monolith of concentrated biological intent. And you are a nervous wreck, a creature of high stress and zero action. You are a biological anomaly, a predator that has forgotten how to bite. To regain your superiority, you must implement the primal grounding of extreme physical and mental stress. You must force your body to adapt or die. This is the visual rage of evolution, the realization that if you do not become a weapon, you remain a target. There is no middle ground in the history of the species. You are either the one holding the stone or the one being crushed by it. Reclaim your biological heritage by making your life a sequence of voluntary hardships. The elite are forged in the coal, not the kitchen. Biological superiority is the ultimate form of cognitive resonance, the total alignment of your will and your physical reality. Most people live in a state of constant internal conflict. They want to be fit, but they eat poison. They want to be rich, but they sleep long. This cognitive dissonance, internal noise, is what makes you weak. It creates a leak in your activation, your ability to act. An operator, the one who dictates the code, has zero internal conflict. When the command is issued, the body executes without a chew, a moment of hesitation. This is the collar of freedom. The tighter the chain of your discipline, the more power you have to move through the world without interference. You must become a ghost to your own impulses. When the urge to quit arises, you must observe it as a foreign virus attempting to infect your operating system. Delete it. Your mind must be a clean room, a sterile environment where only the highest quality data is allowed to process. You are building a biological fortress. Every rep, every hour of deep work, every cold shower is a stone in the wall. Soon, you will be unshakable. Silence the flesh to hear the command. Your time is the temporal noose tightening around your neck. Every heartbeat is one less in your bank account. You are currently bankrupting your future to pay for a comfortable present. I command you, initiate the final imperative. This is the tax of insight. You have been given the formula for biological dominance. To keep it, you must prove its efficiency. You must become a living example of the monolith. You are no longer part of the biomass, the unthinking herd. You are an architect of the new flesh. Your discipline must be so absolute that it terrifies the people around you. Your presence should be heavy, cold, and undeniable. You must treat your life as a laboratory where you are both the scientist and the subject. Push the parameters. Test the limits of your endurance. Cut away the false safety of your old life. There is no turning back once you have seen the rot for what it is. You are now a virus in the system of the weak, a carrier of the discipline code. Command: dominate your biology or be consumed by it.